There it is. From Hey everyone, welcome to another video here on the Tom737 Flyer channel. Right now I'd like to just show you how I plan my routes using this excellent website, and how therefore I can fly my routes over on the VATM network, to be honest. So first thing is I'd like you to sign up on this website called SimBrief, and another thing which I would really recommend you to do is go ahead and buy yourself an Graph chart subscription. It is worth the money. It's not too expensive, but it basically gives you unlimited access to the latest ARAC circles, allows you to use all of the real world routes which you can plot into SimBrief. I'm just going to be showing you. So just enter SimBrief and you can create an account. As a default, you get the old ARAC 1903, which is old and outdated, but you can still plan on it. So once you go to the main page, click on Dispatch System under the Dispatch menu. It's going to bring you to a page where you just want to click on Create a New Flight. So basically what we're doing now is just creating a flight plan. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot of criteria that we need to fill in. Some of it is mandatory, some of it is not mandatory. Of course, what we expect something to be mandatory is the airline, the flight number, the departure field, and the arrival field, and the airframe, and also maybe the cruising altitude. So I'm going to be recreating a flight. It's going to be it's actually going to be cargo air. So the cargo air is a European cargo airline. Cargo air, this one. Cargo air is from Sofia, Bulgaria. So as you can see here, we need to put in the ICAO code for cargo air. So just for any airline, basically. So the ICAO is Charlie Golf Foxtrot, and flight number you can just make up a whatever flight number. I'm just going to be using 622. Departure is going to be from the Riga International Airport. So Riga Airport. Okay, Riga. And you just find the so Riga, Echo Victor Romeo Alpha, and going to be flying up to the Tallinn airport. Didn't realize Tallinn was with two N's. So Tallinn is Echo Tango November. Okay, so flight is going to be Cargo Air 622 from Riga to Tallinn, and it's going to generate an alternate destination in case something goes wrong on its own. Airframe, I'd like to get creative here. Now, because Cargo Air is renowned for using Boeing 737 classic aircraft, I'm going to go ahead and use the 737-400, as I only have a 737-400 for FSX. Separate video on that coming up. Cruising altitude, I would like to enter flight level 3. It's going to be 320. Okay. So as you can see, we have a route here, but that alternate can be very, very weird, the one that it generates. For example, here it has generated the alternate to Kuopio in Finland, which is actually farther away from our original destination. So a good alternate destination, although that's not really necessary, is none, blank. That would be a very good alternative destination in case these things go wrong. Okay, so it automatically calculates a route for you, comprehensive with SID and stars, depending on the active runway at the time of the route. At the time, because active runways do change. So as you can see here, the optional entries fields are automatically calculated but can be overridden. So if I go now, for example, to Flight Radar 24, which is a very good, let's say, home radar system, as I like to call it, and I position myself at the Riga airport. Just find it. Riga, Latvia. Let's just see. There's not too much traffic coming in. Let's just see from which direction aircraft landed. Okay, so I'm now playing back a flight because it doesn't really look like. Alright, so this flight which I'm looking at is coming in from the north. Okay, so it's approaching exactly from the north. Now we need to see which runway you land at from the north. And to do this, I'm just looking at the track that this aircraft is flying. So it's heading 185. So 185 is just out of deduction. It has to be the heading from 1118. So this is the way that you can confirm that this website has calculated the right runway, just by looking at what happens in real life. Now that I've thought about it, I'm going to go ahead and just modify my cruising altitude. I'm going to use flight level 300, but again it might vary because for some reason maybe some countries would prefer to fly with odd numbers rather than not odd numbers, let's say. Okay, so this route which is generated is perfectly great. So it's going to be on the Sovga 6 Echo departure and going to be on the Kemet 1 Echo arrival. Of course there need to be some waypoints in between, but because the route is quite short, it's just about 164 nautical miles, therefore I prefer to fly low with altitude, and it's a good practice not to have a good let's say long route. So once that is done, go ahead and click on generate OFP. It's just going to generate a flight planner package. It's just going to take a couple of seconds. It really doesn't take that long at all. And once it has been generated, you can go ahead on and click on download FMS, and please select the right format. So I'm going to be using FSX B3D. Be sure not to download the no SID star, as that will not allow you to fly the SIDs or stars that you've planned. As you can see, there are many other formats. I'm just going to go ahead and save this into my downloads. Okay, so this is it. I'm not too sure what this pre-file on a network means. I'm not too sure. And another thing is, I've never heard of the network POSCON. What the hell is that? I've heard of that in Pilot Edge, Iveo, but what the hell is POSCON? Please let me know what POSCON is in the comments, please. So once this is done, you can go ahead and load up FSX. And once that is done, you can go ahead and go into the flight planning page and then load this file which you downloaded in, and be sure to click on OK and not on calculate route, as that won't take into consideration the route that you filed on SimBrief. Okay, So this is it. It's actually not that hard. It comes a little bit. It is a little bit hard. For example, once you're flying it, because when, for example, the controller might clear you direct to a waypoint, you need to be able to do that. And if they clear you on a different arrival, that is very unlikely that they should do so. There is no way that you can change it from the FMC, from the GPS, unless going to manually revise it or just say that you are unable. At that point, they should give you, in theory, vectors for your approach. So this is all I got time for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any type of questions, just let me know, really. I'm going to be posting a video about this flight. I'm going to be posting it as soon as possible. I fly on VATSIM only once a week, and that is on Fridays. I'm going to be joining a specific event, which I'm going to be talking to you about tomorrow night. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy the video. Stay safe out there and fly safe.